Often the case when you have a conventional fighter, and there is Canelo dropping Trout with a straight right. Here at the Dome, erupting like a volcano, the bell at round one of the 5th unification fight in super welterweight history.
Well, again, it comes down to the hand speed of Canelo or the foot speed of Trout.
Right now, for the moment at least, Trout is controlling the real estate in this fight, again, as he did against Cotto.
Under 30 seconds left in the first round. Canelo coming off a 5th round TKO win against Jose Cito. Liver liquefying left hook, and there's a lead left hook as he swarms Trout along the ropes. Camacho the bell. Round 2 underway, and immediately Trout delivers 3 consecutive jabs.
He threw 34 jabs in the first round, landed 8, but it's the number he threw that was impressive.
Touched him on the chest there, but this is the distance Canelo needs to start landing. And there he goes.
There's a right.
But Trout took the punch well.
Yeah,
He was starting to his own left, so he kind of met him with that uppercut there.
And Canelo loads up with 2, make it 3 right hands. That third one connects on the temple. An amazing atmosphere. Absolutely electric at the Dome.
Thought of as the better combination puncher. Canelo can throw combinations as well. That left hook set up the right uppercut.
Canelo looking to jab. Lead right hook by Trout. There's a nice 1-2 that catches Canelo. Canelo lunging in, swarming Trout, and Trout able to circle away from the ropes.
Good smother by Trout there. Smothered and turned him.
Trout along the ropes. Canelo comes in. Trout.
You see a lot of times they're straight shot, they're cross. Canelo's right cross and Trout's left cross. A lot of times they throw it to the chest or to the stomach. It's because they're having so much trouble finding the range against each other. They just want to touch something and maybe try to follow it up. There goes again with Canelo throwing that right cross to the stomach.
Good point.
His cheek, high guard on the right side, and there he blocks that. Straight left from Trout. Trout looking to put together a 1-2 combination.
And that's what Canelo...
Uppercut by Canelo. The straight right to the sternum. 15 seconds left in the round. Oh, a nice jab from Canelo. That stings Trout, who comes back with a straight left of his own.
This is where Canelo Alvarez was able to land that solid jab. And against a left-hander, when you're a righty, you need to use that punch.
Time crew has it unofficially.
You can see that, except for Steve Farhood, who has the fight a draw, both Paulie and I have a slight edge for Canelo, and these rounds are very, very close.
And although Trout is using his jab, it's not quite landing as effectively as it was earlier.
Canelo using some head movement. Trout now beginning to connect on Canelo with the jab and the follow-up left. Canelo comes back with a straight right.
Good head movement.
Good head movement.
Austin Trout, I thought had a very good round in the last round. He was able to use that cuffing right hand to push Canelo Alvarez away. And I was told by the Trout corner that their scoring was the same as ours. Two judges had a 1 point for Canelo, and 1 judge had it even. That was through 4 rounds.
With the right hand.
So what that...
Oh, and a nice right hook
right
there.
Hand. He doubled that right hand up. Oh, he's hurt. Oh, maybe off balance.
Canelo misses wildly. Lead left hook connects by Canelo. Uppercut by Canelo, counter right by Trout. Trout now going to the uppercut well.
And interest. Yes, they do. Canelo to me looks like he's just slowed a tad.
Canelo backs up from the counter shot from Trout.
Trout's controlling this round, and Canelo keeping his hands very low.
You know, Al, you made a point with those body shots Trout's throwing.
Canelo doing a good job, though, of avoiding a lot of the punches.
But here's the thing, he's not moving his head as much this round. He's kind of a stationary target. He's moving a little bit here, but he started the round very fast. Thank for those straight shots Trout's throwing. Although it's a good counter from him.
Stiff counter right from Canelo.
Trout, though, has been much better in this round, and that bodywork's paying dividends right now.
And he's cutting the ring off on Canelo.
Yeah, go figure.
Under 10 seconds remaining in the 6th round. We've reached the midpoint as a nice right uppercut by Canelo. The midpoint.
We see a good exchange from these two fighters. That was a little earlier in the round where Canelo landed the right and the uppercut. Trout was able to turn this round around, though, as the round continues. And later in this round, we take a look at Canelo with his hands low, stationary, as Paulie said. Some are not getting there, but Trout was controlling the action, ripping shots to the body, and really controlling the tempo and action in that.
It seemed Trout had the larger control of the round.
Well, he landed 19 punches to 9 in the last round, did Austin Trout.
Halfway point of the fight, round of 7 underway, and as is often the case when you have a conventional fighter, and there is Canelo dropping Trout with a straight right.
Trout winking at Canelo like...
Trout goes down for the first time in his professional career, and Canelo now on the attack. Trout trying to survive another overhand right, a counter left from Trout.
Trout's fighting back, though.
I was saying that when you have a orthodox fighting his southpaw, the feet get tangled, makes him look a little awkward, but right now they're scintillating action here in the 7th with Canelo Alvarez dropping Trout with a straight right hand. Trout down for the first time in his career.
Trout came out to a lazy jab and got countered hard.
Another right hand connects.
Austin Trout showing heart and grit, but he's got to be careful because Alvarez is landing some big shots.
He is finding a home for that overhand right. And with every shot gaining confidence as Trout comes behind the guard with the left hand.
Canelo may have punched himself out a little bit in this round.
Yeah, I think so. Almost done better than Canelo since he's been hurt.
Canelo rips a right hand to the body. Trout comes back with the jab. Wants to circle away from the right. There's Trout with a nice short left uppercut.
He has so much intrigue because we know Trout can be hurt, even in the rounds in which he does well now.
Straight right finds its mark.
It's a great round of boxing.
Counter right by Trout. Hits him with the jab, misses with the left, and Canelo was looking for the counter right.
The way this round started, did you think it would end with Trout walking down Canelo?
No. Now, the point is, he was hurt badly early in the round, sent down as you see there, but Austin Trout came back to probably win most of the rest of the round, not all of it. Do you make that a 10-8 round or a 10-9 round? That's the question.
Yeah, I made it 10-9. I thought he controlled the rest of the round.
Unofficially, after 7 rounds.
Well, a demonstration of how close this fight is. Both Paulie and I, with Canelo winning, Paulie by 2. And Steve Farhad, you've got it a draw. Explain.
Well, clearly this fight's going to be won in the second half. But even though Trout came back in that 7th round, I thought his legs looked a little wooden. And I think he can be hurt again with a big right hand.
That last round pivotal.
And when they're close rounds, we are in Texas. You never know how the judges here will see things. Just ask Paulie Malignaggi.
No comment.
Well, Trout now has Canelo on the ropes, and Trout lands a straight left, now flashes the jab.
And this is what I mean. It's almost like Canelo saves it up. He doesn't get hit very clean all the time, but he gives up a large portion of control.
And Austin Trout is by far the busier fighter in this match, so that has bearing as well.
Trout caught him with the left hook.
No, has Austin Trout woken up since being knocked down? Because he has come back very, very strongly. And intelligently.
Yes, good point. Louis Burke explains that they believe Alvarez is tired, and this is kind of some of the evidence of that. Languishing on the ropes, not punching, and just letting Austin Trout dictate the tempo of the rounds, and doing what Paulie Malignaggi talked about, and as Louis talked about, fighting in spurts. Bouts in the past has let them fight. Good right hand by Canelo.
Feet getting tangled there. It wasn't so much the shot that Canelo threw. And there Canelo digs away with a couple of short right uppercuts and the straight left. And there's a nice straight left from Trout.
Come back forward.
There's another right hand. Trout shakes it up. Left uppercut by Trout finds its mark.
Trout through the...
Trout putting together flurry of punches. There's a straight right hand by Canelo, keeping Trout honest. Trout throwing punches that time as Canelo ducks down, got caught with the left hand.
And we've been told that after 8 rounds, the official scoring, ready for this, 80-71 for Alvarez, 78-73 for Alvarez, and 76-75 for Canelo Alvarez.
And I'll tell you what, the guy who has it 80-71, he might as well take a bathroom break because he's probably going to score the next 4 rounds or 3 rounds for Canelo as well.
Again,
He's obviously not watching the fight.
Controversy has reigned supreme in the state of Texas in the past. Trout's camp, very cognizant.
Been told in Austin Trout's corner, they know what that score is. So the point is, we're now going to see whether Austin Trout can pick up the pace. And here's the point, it makes Trout fight a totally different fight.
Yeah, it forces him to take more chances. And he forces him to go into the teeth of the lion, so to speak, because Canelo is the puncher. Although Trout lands a good shot there.
And he is more aggressive here in round 10. Trout, who again resets. There's a 1-2 combination by the southpaw. He gets jacked to the jaw again by the uppercut.
This has been, by and large, an Austin Trout round, except for the one big power punch that Canelo Alvarez landed.
And he lands another straight right.
Canelo winning the round when he's a little busier, but if he's not busy, he's giving up the round.
Good, but Trout has really controlled, for the most part, the whole rest of the round.
Canelo done with the showboating for a moment. Again, on the ropes momentarily. 10 seconds left in the 10th. Nice straight left.
Austin Trout, for much of that round, was able to land fairly effectively, gets the good strong jab in there, and throws the uppercut on the inside. And Canelo Alvarez had a couple of very big moments in the round, and one of them was this uppercut. It looked like it should have hurt Austin Trout even more than it did. It did buckle him momentarily, but it did not knock him down.
From our Showtime crew.
I think ours will be a little different than the officials. I have it a draw, and both Steve and Paulie Malignaggi have it a slight edge for Canelo, 2 points for Steve, and 1 for Paulie.
Know what that means, Al? That means for those of us that are actually watching the fight, good uppercut there by Canelo. For those of us that are actually watching the fight's still up in the air.
Yes. Neither man has
and at
lost.
the end of the day, that's all that really matters. The 3 judges here in Texas.
Regardless, he stays committed to it.
Overhand. Left uppercut to the body. There's a right uppercut to the torso by Canelo. We are headed to the 12th and final round here in Texas. Title unification fight on Showtime.
This was where Austin Trout was buckled by another one of those uppercuts. And for just a moment, his legs wobbled.
Sportsmanship as we are set for the 12th and final round.
You know, here's the dilemma about open scoring. Now that the fight is out of reach officially for Trout, they basically told Canelo in the corner, solid defense this round. Let's see what he does. But he knows all he has to do is end the round and he wins the fight.
Now Trout, uppercut, going on the offensive. Known as a slick, crafty southpaw, more of a defensive first fighter, but now unloading a series of left uppercuts just past the minute mark of this final round. Right hand connects by Canelo.
We confirmed again with Jim Gray, who had the scores read to him by the corner of Austin Trout, that they read it directly from the information they got from the WBC, so presumably that information is correct.
Trout with a straight left catches Canelo upstairs.
Canelo not taking too many chances. He knows
knowing.
And you know, that's the thing. This fight is really, this fight on my card is up in the air. This fight on all of our cards is up in the air. Yet it kills the final round drama. And even Canelo knows it. So he's not taking any chances.
Very good
when
point,
otherwise, because this fight's been so competitive, you would see both guys going for it in this last round.
Here, and Trout trying to come forward, but you're right, Canelo just trying to do his best to avoid the attack of Trout. There's a right hand to the body by Canelo. Straight left by Trout. 20 seconds left in this bout. To a 12-round distance fight. We're going to the judges' scorecards here in Texas.
Judge at ringside, Ray Danseco, scores the bout 115 to 112. Oren Schellenberger sees it 116 to 111. And Stanley Christodoulou scores about 118 to 109. All 3 in favor of the winner. He is now the WBC, WBA, and Ring Magazine Super Welterweight World Champion.